All right, hello Veronica. I was going to try to email this to you, but it was a lot easier to just set up a small video. So it's reading your question, and you're trying to multiply the amounts of children, adults, and seniors by 5 to show how much the total cost will be at the end of the program. No matter what I do, you're unable to multiply. All right, so a couple things. So as you know here, this is the name of the class, which points to this Java X.Swing, which you have up there already, and that's the name of the API class. But this guy right here, to show confirm dialog, is like the method. So if you actually right click, well, hover over it and choose open declaration, what it does is it opens up that J option pane class. Now, as you see here, it's accepting two components. Component, which is a parent component, which we're sending a null message, and an object message, which is the main message where you're displaying something. But there's no other options in here to do another parameter. So with that in mind, come back to the project button, we can only send two parameters. So the way the code's looking at it, first of all, it's looking at it saying, hey, I don't know what you're doing. You can potentially, you can do this a different way. You would have to take maybe, let's see if this works here, because we know that adult is the answer. I don't, let's see here. We could do a integer. There's a couple different ways we could do it. Actually, you know what? This whole thing right here is not even needed. So what I'm going to say here is we're going to get rid of this. Well, it's not even needed for what you're trying to do, because all you're trying to do is you're trying to input the values. You're trying to take that value, multiply it by something, and then display it down here from what I understand. So what we need to do is add some parameters or some data types and then use those in our math. So let's start off here. I'll just add this, adding new variable types. So we'll do, since they're adults, so we'll do something with adults. Let's see here. So if we do my app, let me think of something here. All right, so we'll call adult, well, let's just do param adult equals 0. Let's see here, param, I actually have children equals 0, and param senior equals 0. All right, so we just created these guys right here. So now what we're going to do is we need math to calculate the input value, sorry. So what we could do here is we already have those. We'll see adult cost, well, not adult cost, sorry. Param adult equals integer dot parse int, and then what we'll do is we'll pass in that value adults, because that's what is being passed up here. So you're using adults up there. So we have that. Now that's the first step of it. The second step is we need to come up with math. So we need to have another integer play the value of that. So maybe we come up with something up here. We come up with another set of integers, and now maybe we'll call this one param adult value equals 0. We do param. You could call these whatever you want to call them. That's your call. I'm just coming up with something. Oops, we don't need all that. Yeah, we do. Equals 0, and then param seniors value equals 0. So at least we initialize them to 0. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this guy right here. I'm going to say that value equals, let's see, param adult. Oops. Adult. And we're going to times it by 5. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing for the rest of them. So we're going to say param, we have, you know what, it's best if I copy. Let's see here. Equals integer dot parse int, And then we're sending over the children. Great. There we go. Oops. All right. Sorry about that. Let's see. Now we'll do param children value equals param children times 5. Good. All right, and the last one is param. We need seniors equals integer dot parse. So you're on the right path when you were doing it. Just the thing is, you have to remember when you're taking a string value, which is up here, and you're entering a number, and you have to parse it, because what happens is once you enter that number in, even though we have adults as string up here, we need to use a you can only multiply a integer and not a string. So when you're trying to do adults, you're trying to take the string value times 5, and the Java doesn't know what that you're trying to do. So we will do seniors value equals param seniors times 5. All right, so there's our math that we want to do there. So now the last thing that we need to do is we need to replace these values here. So for example, that would be this right here. Param value here, copy. We'll make that right here. And then the last one is seniors. We'll make that right here. Okay, so let's see if we can run it and see if it works. Cross your fingers. All right, so discount tickets are filed on Thursdays. Perfect. So number of adults attending, I'll put 98. That's a lot of adults. How many kids? We'll say 25. And number of senior citizens, we'll say 17. Hit return. All right, so apparently it did add our math up. So 490, how many did we say? 98, I think. Calculator. So if we did 98 times 5, 490, that equals out right. So it looks like the math is right on all these results. So hopefully that is what you're looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the video, and I'll send you the source code as well, and go from there. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.